This is a short video to discuss stakeholder perspectives and why CATWOE is such a good tool for an analyst to possess. If you imagine the requirements of a business system, they can be elicited in several ways. You can use workshops, interviews, scenarios, or protocol analysis. However, what is constant here is that these requirements are built around the perspectives of stakeholders. The problem with this is that it is not uncommon for stakeholders to hold different views or perspectives of the same business system, and to compound this, they are not always aware of these differences. If we consider a cinema, the cinema owner would probably believe that the business system is there to provide a profitable cinema and business to generate profits for shareholders and for investment for the business. However, a cinema customer might believe that the cinema should provide a comfortable environment for watching films at a reasonable price. Now, it is not difficult to see that these perspectives might be a source of conflict. By placing emphasis on profit, the cinema owner might be at odds with the customer's requirement to watch films at a reasonable price. The owner might focus on selling different items such as food or merchandise rather than focusing on the comfortable environment. And there is also the need to consider the willingness or otherwise of customers in purchasing these additional items. The ability to understand stakeholder perspectives is a skill that enables an analyst to understand differences of view and establish common ground at an early stage. This helps address any disagreements before they escalate, and failure to do this can lead to conflicts emerging at a later stage in the project, and by that point it is usually too late or extremely expensive to remedy. We can use a technique here from Peter Checkland's soft system methodology called CATWOE to understand and consolidate stakeholder perspectives. We can use a CATWOE to define a perspective held by a stakeholder or stakeholder group, and this allows us to consider the following elements. The customer or customers, who are the beneficiaries of the business system, who are the recipients of the outputs. The actors, who perform the roles that undertake the work. The transformation, which is the primary process conducted by the business system that turns inputs into outputs. The worldview, which expresses the beliefs and values that underpin the stakeholder perspective, and this is usually the starting point for developing a CATWOE. The owner of the business system, the personal group of people that can make major decisions about the system or could in extreme cases abolish it. The environment, the rules, policies and constraints that are imposed upon the business system. In practice, when a CATWOE is defined, it is logical to consider the worldview first, because this gives you a good background. And then you look at the transformation, the customer, the actor, the owner, and finally the environment. If we develop the perspective of a cinema customer, then we might say that the worldview is that people like to watch films in a comfortable environment at a reasonable price. We might say that transformation is to present films in a comfortable environment. The customers are people that like to visit cinemas and watch films. The actors are the ticket sales staff and projectionist staff. The owners are ultimately the shareholders of the cinema company. And the environment exists within rules defined in the UK at least, by the regulations set by the British Board of Film Classification, or BBFC, and also UK and EU law, for example, health and safety legislation. In a similar way, we can also develop the perspective of the cinema owner. Their view might be that the worldview is that the cinema exists to show films and sell products so that profits are made for shareholders. The transformation is the showing of films and the selling of food, drinks and merchandise. The customers are individuals that want to watch films and buy food, drinks and merchandise. The actors are the ticketing, sales and projectionist staff. The owners are the shareholders of the cinema company. And the environment exists within rules defined by the BBFC regulations and UK and EU law, such as food hygiene regulations. Now, because we use CATWOE here, we can see similarities between these stakeholder perspectives, but there are also some differences as well. The owner of the company remains the same for both perspectives. However, the nature of the customer is viewed differently, as is the transformation performed by the business system, the worldview, and the environment. If we didn't use CATWOE here, we might have thought or understood that there would be some differences in perspective about this business system. But by using CATWOE, we have identified potential areas of disagreement or conflict at an early stage. This provides the analyst with an opportunity to discuss these differences of views with stakeholders, but also possibly referencing areas where they agree to gain consensus. This helps ensure that later in the project that disagreement will not emerge and that the project can then run smoothly, and this is why CATWOE is so useful. Thanks for watching this video by AssistKD. For more videos like this, see our channel or check out our website.